About 30 kilometers away from center Malacca, there is a new village called Kampung Baru Machap Baru, which is the largest Chinese new village in Malacca. Because the village is built right next to the dam, commercial development is restricted, but it retains the original appearance and customs of the old village where the villagers had moved from. The Machap Baru new village in Malacca occupies an area of about 100 acres and has more than 500 houses, with more than 90% of its residents being Hakka. The earliest historical data was written as early as the 1500s. It stated that a trader came to Malacca whose real name was Mende Machap. During the war, he fled to a village where the villagers had appointed him with the title village head. The village was then named after him, Kampung Machap. Fast forward to 1907. The villagers from every ethnicity, Malays, Chinese, and Indians, had invested to build the mosque. The mosque can be seen with elements of Chinese and Malay building typology. And during World War II, in 1943 up to 1945, the villagers had believed that they were saved by Datuk Machap when they prayed to him, before the Japanese tried to perform a mass execution on the villagers. This led to the celebration of Datuk Machap's birthday annually. And in the 1950s, emergency policy residents were scattered nearby are gathered together to form a new village because the government had asked the villagers to move their location due to developers wanting to build the dam. Due to the proposed construction of the dam, by this time in the 1970s, the villagers had completely moved out of Machap Lama, and their tradition of celebrating Datuk Machap's birthday has slowly begun to stop. After the dam had completed, when the water level of the reservoir drops, there is a chance to see submerged pillars and archways from the old village. Today, Kampung Machap Baru is a tourist site where locals and foreigners from China would come annually. The village is well known for their Hakka delicacies and their famous Machap Walk. The mosque that was built in 1865 is located at the Datuk Wira Po Atia Machap Recreational Park. It had traditional wood joineries until a Chinese Muslim missionary upgraded the masjid using stone and concrete to honor Tok Machap during World War II. The renovation was done in around 1940s and it still exists today. Behind the wooden round Malay drum, there's a stone monument with Chinese inscription of the people from different ethnic groups who donated money to build it. The exterior walls are decorated with colorful floral patterns. It was listed as a National Cultural Heritage many years ago. Next to the mosque is the very tomb of Tok Machap himself.
There are many temples inside the village, but Chi Sing Tin Temple absolutely is the oldest and the grandest among all of them. In 1930, the villagers decided to build an octagonal pavilion. Many people are involved in initiating the construction of the temple in Machap village. The roof was built with atap, and because this octagonal pavilion was dedicated to the passing gods to rest and stay, it was named Chi Sing Tin Temple, which means the gathering place of gods. This octagonal pavilion has 8 pillars and it is a 2-story building. Since then, Chi Sing Tin Temple has continued to develop and expand and has gradually formed its current scale. So far, the history of Chi Sing Tin Temple has been nearly 100 years, and it has not only inherited the temple's culture, but also the most precious memories of all the residents.
Not far from the intersection of Kampung Machap Baru, there's a bread factory called Ken Guang Hyung. Hyung stands for Hainanese. Ken Guang Hyung Bakery has been passed down for 4 generations and has many regular customers. A few decades ago, a Chinese migrants came to Malacca from Hainan, settled down, and engaged in the bread business, which is familiar to Hainanese. Through the generation of descendants, the bakery was able to preserve the deliciousness to this day. Although the production of Ken Guang Hyung breads has long been switched to modern oven, There's still a charcoal oven that was used in the early days, which allows the visitor to witness this ancient bread oven. Roti kok are the most familiar taste for most Malacca people in childhood. Pick up a piece of roti kok and pair it with a cup of coffee or Milo to spend the daily afternoon life. Simply enjoy it. Mayhaw Walk is located at Lorong 2 in Machap Baru. During the lunar Chinese New Year period, the residents of the new village will work together to create an ingenious Mayhaw street. Blossom trees and red lanterns are placed on both sides of the street. The overall layout is full of strong Chinese New Year atmosphere.
钱讲这个钱呢，我们也不能够拿来用，我们有注明写好了的，说这个钱拿来去做公益，不管那人家给多少没关系，啊。OK， 就是这样子了，我们做一棵树的完整出来，那边。
The local residents work hard to complete the event, not for profit or to gain attention. They just want to continue this tradition and share the happiness to everyone.
Let's not forget what we came here for. The Food Heaven Machap Walk night market is filled with stalls and old houses selling all sorts of Malacca specialty and street food. Machap Walk opens since October 2015, and every evening from Friday to Sunday, the streets will be full of people. There are more than hundreds of stalls of food in the street, open from 6 o'clock in the evening to 12 in the morning. Machap Walk is not only a street selling traditional food, but also a new village street full of nostalgic taste and smell. Walking in it seems to be surrounded by the warmth of old neighborhoods.